Recording live from Nappa's surprisingly spacious space pod, it's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast with your hosts, Drew and Devin.
It's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast, everybody. Back again. We need a soundbite for our intro. Sort of a train by day type thing.
Ooh, if we do that, I think we should go with something along the lines of Piccolo talking about some power level he's never seen before.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We can definitely work something like that out.
Train by day, Dragon Balls Deep podcast by night.
I guess
all day.
We don't really train now. We just say our vitamins and climb out podcast.
Take your vitamins by day, say your prayers by night. All day, brother.
Yeah, you like that intro, brother? It's alliteration, dude.
We call that alliteration, dude. Oh my god.
So no corrections this week, I don't think.
None from me.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
But I haven't really listened to the most recent episodes we did, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out from our fans. I'm sure
Our
they'll
fan.
let us know. Our fan.
Our fan.
No, this is the future. We have lots of fans now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right,
It'll
brother.
be like year 2020 by the time this episode comes out, dude. Nah,
At least 19.
I don't know how to math. No, not 19. No way. We're only, this
Ooh.
episode 20-something?
22, dude.
It's 22 weeks, brother. That's like half a year, dude.
And we're already in August, dude.
Next year's 2018, though, brother.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. 2018.
Yeah. But at any rate, shall we start with the episode?
Yeah. Good episode, by the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. These next few episodes are pretty awesome.
Indeed. Dragon Ball Z episode 22 originally aired on October 11th, 1989 in Japan and on February 1st, 1997 in the US. The show begins with a man screaming "Alien!" as Nappa and Vegeta emerge from their space pods, again making that strange flying noise. Did you catch it this time?
I did not catch it. I forgot that to be listening for it.
You should go listen to it right now, because I don't think you hear this again ever in the series. I guess they
All right.
tried it here in these 2 episodes and we're like, yeah, that's dumb. And then just never did it again.
Remind me before we record the next episode, and I'll make sure I go back and listen to it. We can talk about it. But I thought it was kind of funny that they yell "alien" in the beginning, like George St. Pierre, but in the sub they yell out the exact opposite. They yell out, "It's a person," which makes a lot more sense because they look like people.
Yeah.
But
They don't
I guess
really-
they're flying.
Yeah, and the dubs, they don't really do that. They don't really say like, oh, these are just people.
Yeah.
They just look at them as scary aliens.
Yep. But
Vegeta.
when Piccolo shows up, no one fucking says the alien. Say monster.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird. Vegeta and Nappa stand there while a large crowd just stares at them. Nappa asks, "What should we do with these gawking fools? They bother me." The size difference here between Vegeta and Nappa in this particular scene, really, Vegeta was like waist high on him.
Yeah, I feel like Vegeta is just shorter in general in this arc.
Well, he's shorter in general. through most of the series, but
I feel like he's pretty comparable to Goku though, isn't he? Like I know he's shorter, but not
they do
by much.
eventually make him a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and his hair gets smaller.
Yeah.
And I noticed, is this the first episode where Vegeta has a new outfit and hair?
I think it might have been last episode.
Okay, I don't know if we touched on that at all.
Yes, he's dyed his hair and he changed his clothes.
That impressed those Earth ladies.
Hey, it works.
Mm-hmm.
The point being, anyway, is Nappa's fucking giant. He's not Ox King big, but he's big.
He takes big shits, dude.
Just had to go there. Some confused pedestrian asks, "Who are they?" To which another replies, "What are they?" Vegeta answers Nappa by saying, "Oh, I don't know. Why don't you decide for once?" To me anyway, Vegeta makes it sound like he has to make all of the decisions here because Nappa is indecisive. But that's just how it came across. But I imagine it's just because Vegeta doesn't ever let Nappa make any decisions.
Yeah, to me, it came off as Vegeta's more the commander in the situation. He's making all the decisions, and then like when he actually lets Nappa decide something, Nappa gets a little excited because it obviously doesn't happen often.
Which is the case here.
Yeah, and we see why it doesn't happen often.
Nappa thanks Vegeta for the opportunity and says, "This is going to be a lot of fun for me." As Vegeta just laughs. We really need that Vegeta and Nappa bromance movie.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get that one, unfortunately.
Cough, cough, Toriyama. Nappa then decides he does some attack that looks as though he's destroying the entire planet, as it can be seen and felt from everywhere, even space. But apparently Nappa just destroyed the entire city that they landed in.
Yeah, Nappa does some cool shit, like that move. Well, he has a couple different moves that he showcases in the next few episodes, but like he just kind of like points his fingers up, and like the earth
everything
just
blows
like,
up.
raises. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And like his like when he powers up, it looks pretty cool too.
Yeah. Nappa asks Vegeta, "Do you think I tried too hard to impress them?" Vegeta points out that there is no one left to impress. Vegeta says he should have known better than to let Nappa have any fun. Nappa points out that a little destruction won't affect the sale price of this planet. That's always nice, but I'd still like some kind of planet broker guide manual.
Yeah,
I need the rules.
Yeah, that would make things make a little more sense at least.
Vegeta tells Nappa to try to use his brain and reminds him that they came here for the Dragon Balls and that they need all 7 to make their wish for immortality and that they can't risk blowing everything up because they might destroy one of the Dragon Balls. Nappa politely apologizes. Vegeta says they need to find the one with the highest power level, presumably to find Goku. I'm not sure here if they're aware that Goku is dead, or if they think...
I guess. Yeah, I don't think they are. Or I don't see how they would be.
Well, as we'll learn, their scouters are communicators. So they heard...
I guess if they were talking about...
And I remember...
Do they really know who Goku is, though? They know him as Kakarot?
Yeah, I mean, they're aware of him. They never met him, obviously.
Yeah, but they don't know about his name as Goku.
No.
So if they're talking about Goku and they hear that on the thing, they don't really know that they're actually talking about Kakarot.
Oh.
If they were listening in on conversations
it just depends
through Scouter.
it just depends on how much they were listening to, I guess.
Yeah, and if they can know context clues and whatnot, which they probably don't.
Yeah. They both scan the area with their scouters. Nappa says that over half a dozen people on the planet have power levels over 1,000. He is confused by this. Vegeta says maybe they were preparing for us. Vegeta is much smarter than he gets credit for.
Oh yeah, he's a tactician for sure. I'm sure he has a lot of experience. I guess we don't really have an idea of how many planets they've taken over, but I'm sure it's a lot by now.
Yeah. Piccolo even points this out later in the series. Vegeta says they should start by finding the strongest one. Their scouters pick up the two strongest on the planet, Piccolo and Gohan. Back at Kame House, Roshi, Bulma, and the others are watching the news about the city that Nappa destroyed. The news was saying something about interdimensional vampires, but the Z gang...
I thought that was funny that, what did they call it? Like an inner or multi-dimensional shift? Like, that sounds more ridiculous than what actually happened.
Yeah. But the Z gang knows what really happened because they have the documents.
Exactly. Alex Jones is off somewhere talking about Saiyans and...
They need a character like that in the series. The equivalent of him.
They're Saiyans, they have spaceships, they come down from other planets and they look at the full moon and turn into monkeys.
That's good.
And our government knew about it.
Bulma puts on the scouter and says they should go help the others. Help them do what? Die? Oolong, once again the voice of reason here, says, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah, this is becoming a trend with Oolong, just talking sense in the entire group when I don't know, they're all acting like idiots lately. Like, oh, let's go help them do this and let's help them fight Saiyans. Obviously, you can't help. And you going anywhere near the battlefield is just going to be you getting in the way, which happens all the time in this series. It really bothers me that,
yes.
Every battle has to be like a spectator sport. It's like, no, go fucking home and let them fight it out. Nobody needs you there. And if you're going to come, bring some damn senzu beans.
Bulma calls Oolong a coward. Puar says they're ready to do whatever Master Roshi says. Roshi agrees with Oolong, though, saying that this battle is out of their league and they would only get in the way. Yeah,
Puar's a fucking idiot. That's probably because he's owned by Yamcha, or she's owned by Yamcha.
Yeah, look who her owner is. Goku is now flying down Snake Way, making much better time than his first trip. Back on Earth, Vegeta and Nappa make their way towards the two high power levels.
Before we move on any farther, I don't know if we mentioned Puar screaming out, "Yamcha, don't die."
Oh, no, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, like right when after Roshi says that, I think that it's going to be up to the Z fighters. Puar's like, "No, Yamcha, don't die." Foreshadowing.
Oh, damn. Puar jinxed him.
Indeed.
Spoiler. Did you see the way that Nappa flies? He flies in a very strange position. It's almost like
I'm watching it right. Yes.
It's like old Superman style.
I didn't notice that, but that is amazing.
It's like he's on wires.
He's got his hand at his hip. And
yeah.
His knees in like lunging position. That's incredible. I like it.
You think he does it on purpose just to...
Yeah, I think it's and kind of like an ironic...
You think he makes sound effects while doing it too?
Yeah. Fucking Nappa. Nappa's like the ultimate bad of the Saiyan universe. Everything he says is like politically incorrect. Hilarious.
Forget the bromance. We just need the Nappa solo movie.
I know. I want Nappa's backstory. I want Nappa to come back to life. Like, I didn't realize how great of a character he was until this like third time rewatching the series.
Same.
He's an amazing character, and it's almost like watching it now. It's like, damn it, like it sucks because I know he never comes back. So
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but we got to make it happen somehow. We got to get a GoFundMe going to bring back Nappa.
Oh, that's a good idea. Start a petition and bring back Nappa.
Yeah.
Nappa makes note of the planet's weak gravity. The Z-Warrior sense that the two Saiyans are on the move and prepare for the imminent showdown. Piccolo tells Gohan to get ready. Back at the remains of East City, which is the city Nappa blew up, the government is preparing their cover-up. Some journalists are gathered around trying to get some answers out of Mcgruff.
The fake news media.
Suddenly, a wild Yajirobe shows up. Mcgruff thinks he has something to do with all of this. Mcgruff pulls a gun on him, which I thought was very confusing because Yajirobe is white.
That's good.
Yajirobe says he had nothing to do with this and that it was the Saiyans. Nobody knows what that is. Yajirobe says they're aliens, really scary ones that are going to blow up the Earth. Fortunately for the Earth, Yajirobe and his Special Forces team are going to take care of them. Everyone just laughs at him.
I love how Yajirobe takes on the role as the Special Forces team leader. It's great.
Yajirobe points out that the two space pods are spaceships. Mcgruff and the journalist are completely taken back by this, as if it had never crossed their minds. One of the journalists pulls Yajirobe aside and tells him he wants to run his story. Yajirobe demands food. Some of the government men who are inspecting the space pods say they have never seen anything like it. The journalist offers Yajirobe $5,000 for his story. 5,000 what? Dollars?
Yeah, dollars or whatever is it Zenny?
He doesn't say that. He just says 5,000. So
Yeah.
I can only assume that he means money.
Yeah, he means money. I think it mentions it in the subs.
The other journalists catch on to what's going on and say they have money too. And Yajirobe is in love. Yajirobe says he doesn't really need money, but hot dogs.
Yeah, this doesn't really make any sense. And obviously it's not mentioned in the subs. He just asks for the money, and that's why he grabs the hat so they can fill it up with the money.
Yeah. Everyone starts giving him money. Mcgruff gives Yajirobe his police badge and tells him he can get free donuts with that. I'm not sure that's how it works. Yajirobe tells them that the Saiyans are 3,000 miles that way, as he points in a certain direction. He also says they shouldn't go anywhere near the two Saiyans, but nobody listens. Yajirobe...
So Yajirobe, he's like doing this like kind of like he's trying to sense power level, but like you get the feeling that he doesn't really know what he's doing. But I guess he does because they end up finding them. But
yeah, I kind of like I didn't really take him for being one to sense power levels, but perhaps maybe he
they
can.
get there. Maybe he guessed right, or
I don't know. Maybe it's like the one thing he picked up on the lookout when he was training.
Yeah, but you just get this. He's like having a tough time with it. Maybe just learned it and he's still like getting the hang of trying to sense powers.
Yeah,
But it's just funny how he second guesses himself a little bit.
yeah. It kind of came off as if he's just like, oh, they're that way, but he doesn't really know.
He already got the money. He don't really give a fuck.
Exactly. Yajirobe is suddenly torn between eating and helping the others fight. We then see a bunch of shots of animals in a stampede. I guess they can sense the Saiyans too.
Yep, they sure can.
Did you like the animation here, or the lack of, as it was just screenshots of animals?
Yeah, this happens like once in a while. It's like the animators just got lazy.
Did you like the sound effects here? The animal noises that were clearly made by a person?
It's another thing I'm gonna have to like go back and listen to. I don't know how I don't catch these things.
Yeah, they were not done. I don't know why they couldn't just buy some stock animals noises, but
Was it like Ace Ventura making animal noises on that plane?
yeah, kind of, but
Yak.
yeah, basically. Like imagine somebody trying to make like the noise of an elephant, but like they can't do it.
They're like doing it. They're like a paper towel roll.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Nice.
Where was I? Piccolo begins removing his weighted clothing as he tells Gohan to not be afraid. He says that Gohan's training went perfect and to have faith in himself. Suddenly, Piccolo is alarmed as he senses another power level arriving, and they think it's an unexpected third Saiyan. False alarm. It's just Krillin.
Yeah. Obviously got a little stronger than they expected.
How about some help? Asks Krillin. Piccolo just laughs and says Krillin might slow them down. I like how Krillin, he doesn't really care about Piccolo. Like, he's not really nervous around him. He's just like, sup.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Like, they're kind of over the whole Piccolo being evil thing already.
Yeah, and like the fact that Piccolo killed him.
Yeah, that too.
Kind of got over that.
Well, didn't Piccolo's henchman kill him?
I guess so, yeah.
But, whatever.
Same difference.
I guess that's kind of considered Piccolo's offspring something.
Yeah, he pooped him out. Trombone or whatever the fuck his name is, tambourine.
Yeah, one of those. Then they talk about a bunch of nothing, Goku coming back and whatnot.
Yeah.
Gohan says something about Krillin being too short. Krillin says he and Goku were once the same size, but Goku kept growing and he stopped. Krillin asks Gohan if everything is cool with Piccolo. Gohan says he's great once you get used to him. Piccolo tells them to shut the fuck up because the Saiyans are here.
No more chit-chat.
Nappa wonders what the three are doing out in the middle of nowhere. Vegeta thinks they were waiting for them. Again, Vegeta with the smarts. Krillin starts to freak out, which makes Gohan nervous. Piccolo tries to play it cool. Vegeta and Nappa touch down. So, we meet at last, says Vegeta. Piccolo says, the pleasure's mine. Piccolo then, without any hesitation, gives them a warning. He says, I'm only going to say this once. Leave this planet. This is your first and last chance to leave this place alive. Vegeta recognizes Piccolo's voice as the one who defeated Raditz a year ago. Piccolo is confused by this, but Vegeta reminds him that the Scouters also work as communicators.
I'm wondering if Vegeta and Nappa like have the ability to like hide their power levels.
No, not at this point.
Because it doesn't make sense to me that like when Raditz arrived, he was like what, power level like 1200 something around there, and like that like scared the living shit out of Piccolo to the point where he couldn't move and he was just shaking when they arrived. And I feel like Vegeta and Nappa, I don't know if it mentions their power level, but they have to be like exponentially higher.
Oh yeah, they are, and that's probably like you can kind of tell that they're nervous about it because they can sense how strong they are, but they also know that like they're trying to bluff it because they don't really have a choice. They have to do it.
Yeah, it's just not the same reaction that you'd think. I guess they expected something crazy high, but
yeah, like they knew what they were getting into, I guess.
But you can see that Piccolo is kind of like shaking when he talks.
Yeah.
I don't know if the animators did that on purpose or not, but he's like Yeah, he's pretty much just like shaking the entire time.
Yeah, he looks like he's just, like I said, he's trying to play it cool. He doesn't want to show fear.
Yeah.
Nappa says, the green one is from Namek, isn't he? Vegeta says, yes, he's from Namek, all right. No wonder Raditz had such a hard time with him and Kakarot. I'm from Namek, Piccolo says, with a stunned look on his face. Krillin says, Piccolo, I didn't know you were from outer space. Of course, it makes sense. Piccolo is something here. Confused or not angry, but he's, I don't know.
It's just, I mean, I imagine he just has that reaction to like when you find out you're adopted or something.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like a lot of information to process at once while you have a whole lot of other shit going on.
Yeah. Vegeta says, you didn't know? Well, what a surprise. Surely you must have suspected something before now. The green skin and pointy ears are a dead giveaway, don't you think? Piccolo is in awe of this new revelation. He says he can't believe it, but he knows it's true. Vegeta demands they tell him where the Dragon Balls are. Krillin, for some reason, tells them that no one knows where they are and won't know for a whole year.
I'm a little surprised that the Saiyans are familiar with Namek, but they're not. They just now are learning about the Dragon Balls.
Well, maybe they're familiar with Namekians.
Oh, okay.
But they just know that they come from Namek, but they've never really been there.
Because, yeah, you think they would have taken over that planet by now if they know about it.
Yeah. Nappa says that they'll find the balls with everyone alive or dead. It's their decision. He says to tell them where they are or be killed. Piccolo says, I want to thank you. Because of you, I now know I come from the planet Namek. But this is my planet now, and no one is going to tell me what to do with it, so back off. We're not here to bow down to your demands. We're here to fight, so go ahead and do whatever it is you came here to do. Damn. Piccolo just wasting no time and throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they mention it in the dubs, but in the subs, in that whole part, Piccolo tells Nappa and Vegeta that he's not the one that created the Dragon Balls, and he pretty much all he does is specialize in fighting, so all that Dragon Ball nonsense, he knows nothing about it.
Also, I didn't really like Piccolo's strategy here. I think it was kind of, I guess it's something he would do, but I don't think it's a good idea. I think they should be trying to stall as much as they can.
Yeah, it's like
instead of
their tactics are a little weak compared to like how they plan things out in future story arcs.
Yeah, instead he shouldn't really be trying to start the fight already.
I think they're well, obviously they find out real quick that even though they've been training for a year, they definitely underestimated the Saiyans.
Yeah.
Because I think he's a little more confident in their powers than... Yeah.
That could be why.
And I guess when you've been training for like a year like this, waiting for these Saiyans, like you kind of just want to get the fight going.
Yeah.
Getting anxious about it. Which obviously wasn't smart.
No. Up on the lookout, Kami is also in a bit of shock at finding out his origin. Kami says when he created the Dragon Balls, he was fulfilling a deep yearning, that the blueprints for them existed in his mind and heart. He says when he made them, it's like he made it home, or rather, a piece of home found its way to him. That's deep, bro.
This, it makes no sense to me that Kami knows nothing about Namek.
It's not that he probably just forgot, because he came to Earth a long time ago and he was a really little kid. Like it's been like probably who knows how long, thousands of years.
Yeah, that's true, but like also, so Otherworld is only associated with Earth?
No.
it's all the galaxy, right? Or the universe.
Yeah.
So you think like he has otherworld connections. Like, wouldn't they be like, hey man, just to let you know, you're from Namek, dude.
Maybe he never asked.
Fucking, wouldn't you be curious if like you're living on a planet full of humans and you're the only green one with antennas and fucking pointy ears?
Hey, there's lots of non-humans running around on Earth.
Yeah. I don't know. You just think Guardian of Earth would know a little more.
Yeah, he's been busy.
Fucking read a goddamn book.
He's got a job. He's got to take care of Popo.
Yeah.
Suddenly, several news helicopters show up to the fight location. Nappa blows one of them up, and the others leave. Vegeta says, I guess they're not going to tell us where the Dragon Balls are. Wanna bet? Says Nappa. Nappa then says, let's see how strong you really are, as he checks each one of their power levels. Gohan is at 1,000, Piccolo is at 1,400, and Krillin is at 1,100.
This is like another one of those Funimation-isms where usually they don't fuck with power levels in the translations, they'll keep them the same. But for some reason, they decide to just change them all for no reason. So, in the subs, Gohan is actually at power level 981, and Piccolo's at 1220, and Krillin's at 1083.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed them.
Yeah, I don't know. Also,
go ahead.
Also, kind of, when they were first like scouting for power levels, they found the two highest ones, which were together, which we can only imagine was Piccolo and Gohan. But here, Krillin's power level is higher than Gohan's.
Yeah, I don't remember if the sub mentioned them looking for the two highest power levels. I guess they did though.
But I guess, they can suppress their levels, so I imagine that has something
Krillin
to
might
do
have
with.
powered up once the Saiyan showed up.
Yeah.
And and just to backtrack a little bit, I forgot to mention that in the subs, Kami mentions like that he didn't know he was an alien. Like, this is surprising to him, but doesn't he still have his spaceship that he arrived on?
He may have forgotten about it.
Just Popo remembers.
Yeah, Popo remembers everything.
Oh, Kami.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe he's getting the dementia, the Alzheimer's.
He's a little senile.
Yeah.
Also, in this part, Nappa calls Krillin a midget.
Yes.
Racist.
I think it's everything that Nappa says is like even funnier. I don't know if it's like, I know the Japanese weren't known for being what's the word?
Not racist.
Not racist, but
No, not
like,
racist.
Yeah, obviously. But that's not the word I'm looking for. Like politically correct.
Yeah.
So, but like, it's just funnier that like, I don't know, it's like the 90s, so like I guess it was midget was used a little more freely back then.
Yeah, I think it was.
But it just makes it so much funnier when you hear Nappa calling people midgets or dwarves.
I mean, it kind of
dwarf gets thrown out there.
It comes across like he is someone that would say that shit.
He's a total dad. Just says some like racist shit, but like nobody really cares.
Yeah, it's just kind of natural for him.
Yeah.
Nappa asks if they really think they can beat him with their puny power levels. Vegeta removes his scouter, telling Nappa to remove his too. Vegeta says that they know how to concentrate their energy and raise their power level. Nappa remembers that the pathetic loser Raditz let himself be fooled by their power readings. Piccolo tells Gohan and Krillin to be ready. Krillin, who is clearly a pessimist and not an optometrist, asks Piccolo how he expects them to beat the Saiyans if they're stronger than Raditz and Goku isn't there. Vegeta then tells Nappa that it's time they had a little fun. He then tells Nappa to get out the Cyberman. Nappa tells him that he's too much. No one knows what a Cyberman is.
Yeah, and also in the subs, that whole, like, when he's talking about Raditz, he calls him a wimp. And Piccolo's like, did he just call Raditz a wimp? Like, oh god, what are we in for?
That's good. I like that. That can be our sub versus dub.
And that, like, yeah, definitely. And that definitely seems to freak out Piccolo and Krillin.
That's a really good
both.
touch. That's very subtle.
Yeah.
Vegeta.
What planet did the Cybermen come from? Do we ever find that out?
Look it up. I want to say they're probably like genetically engineered.
You think like by Frieza's people?
Possibly.
There's no way that Saiyans are genetically engineering anything.
I'm sure maybe they picked them up from some planet they conquered.
Yeah, it kind of. I don't get why they would need Cybermen. I guess they help. I mean, they're just as strong as Raditz.
You know, maybe if they're feeling lazy, they can just plant a few of those and let them loose, and they take care.
Maybe for the larger planets.
Or maybe they do it like here, and it's just for fun, just to see what happens. Kind of as a test.
They look like they're like Brussels sprouts or something. Like Brussels sprout gremlins. They're
actually, if I remember correctly, they're designed after aliens from like a really old black and white movie. One of those like The Day the Earth Stood Still type movies.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
They almost look like a combination between like a Namek and like whatever Garlic Jr. is.
Well, funny you say that. I don't think it's the Dead Zone. I think it might be in the World's Strongest movie. There are like little characters who look remarkably close to Cybermen, but they're like blue.
Oh, okay. Kind of like Pilaf.
Well, no, they look a lot more like Cybermen than Pilaf.
Like if Pilaf like took some HGH.
Maybe. But yeah. Vegeta says maybe the Cybermen can persuade them to tell where the Dragon Balls are. Nappa then plants 6 little seeds and pours some green liquid on them. No one knows what is going on. Suddenly, 6 little green beings with large heads sprout up. Krillin notes that they're at least shorter than he is. Think about this in real life. Like this would be some straight up demons shit. Like somebody put some little seeds in the ground and then out climb these demonic green monsters.
Yeah, I feel like by now, like we've went through the whole Dragon Ball series. Like I'm sure they've seen some crazy shit.
Oh, for sure, but you know
that I can't even think of.
Like I would want to see like this part, like in a like live action. That'd be cool. The 6 Cybermen then begin circling the 3 fighters. Then they jump around and smash some rocks. It seems like an intimidation tactic or something.
It's their battle cry.
Yeah. These Cybermen, I wrote down, these Cybermen don't seem to be very intelligent. And then Krillin agreed with me as he says, they're crazy brainless monsters. Piccolo warns that they're strong too. Vegeta says that this should be a good matchup and that these Cybermen seem spunky. Vegeta has a way with words, doesn't he?
He does.
The 3 fighters then decide to split up and take 2 Cybermen each. Then Mr. Narrator comes in and says, "Sprouted Saiyan spawn," as he sends us off, and we get a shot of Goku continuing his journey back to Earth. And that wraps up this episode.
Yeah, good setup episode for Vegeta and Nappa. It was a lot of fun.
It was a good episode. Easy watch. A lot happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good kind.
Good episode.
The good kind of a lot happening, not the terrible kind.
Yeah, and it only gets better from here.
That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we covered it pretty good. I don't really have a whole lot else.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Good episode. Go watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's good. And on that note, we'll wrap this up. Follow, subscribe, like, rate, review. And as always,
tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.